Okay, so here's the thing. Have you ever looked at your bank account, realized you're nowhere near a house down payment, and just decided to buy those $500 sneakers? You know the ones? The ones that look great on camera, but definitely don't help you pay the rent. If you've done this, don't feel bad. Turns out, you're part of a massive group of people doing exactly the same thing. It's called doom spending. And in 2026, it's become a literal economic movement. We're talking about unboxing designer gear in a tiny rented apartment while the world feels like it's tilting. You're scrolling, you're stressed, and that add to cart button feels like the only thing you can actually control. 37% of Gen Z adults admit they're doing this for stress relief. Think about that. 1 in 3 young people isn't saving for a rainy day. They're spending because it's already pouring. We've hit a record-breaking $1.28 trillion in credit card debt. To the person buying the shoes, it feels like a survival tactic. Have you noticed this in your own life? That sudden urge to buy something nice just because the big stuff feels out of reach? Now, you might think this is just people being bad at math. But wait! There's more to this story. It's not that we've forgotten how to add, it's that the math itself has changed. The game is rigged in a way that makes those shoes look like the only winning move left on the board. Let's talk about the math of impossibility. Back in the 80s, a house cost about 3 times your annual salary. That's manageable. You save a bit, you skip a few dinners, and eventually you get the keys. But today, in 226, the median house price is over 7 times the average income. 7 times! When I first looked into these numbers, I couldn't believe it. It's like trying to catch a moving castle with a plastic spoon. Even if you're disciplined and save $2,000 a month, which is almost impossible for most, you're still looking at a decade just to get a down payment. And by the time you have it, prices have likely jumped another 40%. This creates something economists call financial nihilism. It's that moment your brain realizes that the big dream, the house, the white picket fence, is locked behind a 7-figure wall. When the goalposts move that far, your brain stops trying to run the marathon. Instead, it looks for the quickest win possible. The math gets tricky here, because your brain actually recalibrates. Saving for 10 years for a house you might never get feels like a chore. But spending $500 right now, that feels like a victory. It's a way to reclaim your agency in an economy that says no to your future. If the house is a no, the sneakers are a yes. Now this is the part nobody talks about. You aren't just buying shoes, you're participating in a massive global web designed to profit from your frustration. Every time you hit buy now, pay later, or swipe that credit card for a treat, someone else is winning big. We're seeing credit card interest payments at an all-time high. The system is basically monetizing your desire for status. Think of it as a dopamine tax. You get the thrill, and in return, you pay 25% interest for the next 3 years. It's a brilliant, if slightly evil, business model. The big players know the housing market is frozen. They know you have unusable house savings sitting in your account. So they've built a world where it's easier than ever to pivot that money into apparel, travel, and luxury goods. Apparel prices have spiked because we've shifted from asset building to status signaling. It's a modern trap. You're using debt to maintain a lifestyle because the traditional path to wealth is blocked. You're lifestyle rich but asset poor? We're being sold a version of the dream that fits in a shoebox because the real version is too expensive to build. But believe it or not, our great-grandparents went through something almost identical. Let me put this in perspective. Back in the 1930s, during the Great Depression, people couldn't afford new cars or houses. But something strange happened. Sales of cheap luxury items, specifically lipstick, actually went up. Historians call it the lipstick index. Women couldn't afford a new dress, so they bought a bright red lipstick to feel a sense of dignity and normalcy. Fast forward to 2026, and we have the designer sneaker index. The $500 shoe is just the modern version of that lipstick. It's a status life raft in an ocean of unaffordable real estate. I know it sounds crazy, but the numbers don't lie. History tells us that when people lose their grip on the future, they double down on the present. If you can't own the land you stand on, you might as well have the best shoes to stand in. It's a psychological survival tactic, remarkably similar to what happened a century ago. The problem is, while a lipstick in 1930 cost a few cents, a pair of designer shoes in 2026 can cost thousands of dollars in high-interest debt. We're using the same survival brain, but the stakes are much, much higher. So what does this mean for your bank account tomorrow? So here's the future map. We're seeing a shift towards soft saving. It's this idea that since the world is volatile and assets are expensive, you might as well enjoy your life now. And look, it's okay to enjoy life. You don't have to live on beans and rice for 30 years just to hope for a house. But here's the challenge. Don't let the nihilism trap make you a permanent tenant of the banks. The system wins when you give up entirely. If you're spending for dopamine, just recognize it for what it is. It's a temporary fix, not a long-term strategy. The American dream might have moved the goalposts, but don't let a pair of shoes be the reason you never even get on the field. Maybe it's not about saving for the house right now. Maybe it's about avoiding the debt that makes the house impossible later. So what would you do differently now that you know this? Are you team soft saving, or are you still trying to play the traditional game? Drop a comment if you found a way around this housing math. Next time you feel that urge to doom spend, now you know exactly why your brain is doing it.